कवर नहीं है इसका, कवर नहीं है, न्यूज़पेपर लेके आए थे वो हटा दिया, वो न्यूज़पेपर में अच्छे लग रहे हैं।
Mr. Sekhar, Devasa ji, how are you? Hi, namaskaram.
Hello.
मेरी टेक्स्ट में हाँ कर सकते हैं सर, अगर आप लोग वॉलेंटियर हाँ मैं कह रहा हूँ वॉलेंटियर होनी चाहिए आपके पास, कम बोलने के लिए आप हो गए, वो ड्यूटी वो सेक्रेटरी हो गए, एक और रखना है आप ट्रेजर और जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी की आप करा देना, बाद में हो जाएगा, पहले 3 करा हाँ
बोल दिया।
ट्रेजर सॉरी जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी ट्रेजर जॉइंट ट्रेजर तीनों सीनियर रह जाएगा, वो तीनों जल्दी हो जाएगा, 9 बजे साहब आपने 9:30 बजे भी किया, 10 बजे भी किया। देखिए चाहिए 10, 9, 19 और इसमें कितने निकल से 5 लोग हैं, हाँ उसमें ना 2 एक पोस्ट पे 5 लोग हैं, 5 लोग हैं तो 19 और 24 लोग चाहिए, 24 वेट कर दो
Good evening to all of you. May I request Dr. Adish Agarwala, President SCBA, Mr. Sukumar Joshi, Vice President SCBA, to kindly escort Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India, Mr. R. Venkat Ramani, Runner Attorney General for India, to the dais. Welcome, sir.
Before the formal function begins, my sincere apologies to everybody for keeping you waiting. I was in the court. In fact, I have to go back to the court because the matter didn't get over, but I said we have to at least come and relieve all of you here. Sincere apologies.
Now, may I request Mr. Manish Goswami to present a sapling to Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable the Chief Justice of India. May I request Mr. Anil Nisani to present a sapling to Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India. May I request Mr. Upendra Mishra to present a sapling to Mr. R. Venkat Ramani, Learned Attorney General for India. May I request Mr. Kumar Gaurav to present a sapling to Mrs. Mona Bopanna, wife of Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India. As per the counting of SCBA election, Mr. Kapil Sibbal is elected as a president, Ms. Rachna Srivastava as a vice president, Mr. Vikrant Yadav as a honorary secretary. May I request Mr. Amrendra Singh to present a bouquet to Ms. Rachna Srivastava, elected vice president of SCBA. May I request Mr. Vikas Gupta to present a bouquet to Vikrant Yadav. Fast. I welcome to Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India, family members of Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna, his wife Mrs. Mona Bopanna, his son Mr. A.K. Somaya, daughter Ms. Varasika Bopanna, son-in-law Mr. Dev Uthaya, father-in-law Mr. Shiv Bhaskar, mother-in-law Mr. C. Santa Bhaskar, and other honorable judges, Honorable Mr. Justice B.N. Agarwal, sir, Mr. Bipin Nair, President Skora, Mr. Amit Sharma, Vice President Skora, Mr. Nikhil Jain, Secretary Skora, Mr. Aljo Joseph, Treasurer Skora, Mr. Atul Kurherkar, Learned Secretary General, Supreme Court of India, Mr. Mahesh Patankar, and other registrars, senior members and members of the bar. Today we have gathered here to bid farewell to Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India. It is my privilege to welcome your lordships. Your lordship is recognized for his pleasant and forthright and upfront personality. He is also an outstanding hardworking, compassionate, known for patiently hearing everyone. The legal community deeply admires and respects him. I would like to begin with a quote from Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna. Equality before the law is not merely a noble ideal, but a bedrock of a just society. Let us strive to ensure that every individual, regardless of status or influence, receives fair and impartial treatment under the law. Justice A.S. Bopanna was born 20th May 1959 in beautiful region of Coorg, Karnataka. Justice Bopanna is the son of late Sri A.N. Somaiya, a prominent politician belonging to the erstwhile Janata Party, who served as a member of the Karnataka Legislative Council. Justice Bopanna pursued his legal education at the esteemed University Law College, Karnataka. He was enrolled as an advocate in Bar Council of Karnataka in 1984. For over 2 decades, he honed his skills in the corridors of the Karnataka High Court. Justice Bopanna mainly practiced in civil, constitutional, company service and labor matters. In 1999, Justice Bopanna's expertise caught the attention of the legal fraternity, leading to his appointment as a legal advisor to numerous central public sector undertakings, as the additional central government standing councils, and he executed his role with distinction till 2005. His judicial journey began on 6 January 2006 when he was ascended to the bench of Karnataka High Court as an additional judge and the permanent judge on 1st March 2007. During his tenure at Karnataka High Court, Justice Bopanna was dedicated to making justice more accessible. He worked hard to reduce the number of pending cases and played a key role in setting up a Bangalore mediation center. In addition to his judicial duties, Justice Bopanna has been a stalwart advocate for alternative disputes resolution, serving as a member of the board of the governors of the Karnataka Arbitration Center. In 2018, Justice Bopanna's sterling reputation and contributions led to his appointments as Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, where he continued to uphold the principles of fairness and equity. His elevation to the highest court of land, the Supreme Court of India, on 24th of May 2019 was a testament to his exemplary judicial acumen and integrity. Justice Bopanna's ascent to the Supreme Court holds a special significance as he became the first judge from Kodugu, Coorg, in Karnataka to achieve this distinction, earning him the title of Coorg Person of the Year 2019. Throughout his career, Justice Bopanna has authored more than 91 judgments and participated in more than 500 benches, leaving an indelible mark on the legal landscape. His rulings have not only shaped legal precedent, but have also served as a beacon of justice of generations to come. Some of the famous and notable cases which has been dealt by lordships are demonetization case, Vivek Narayan Sharma versus Union of India, Nirbhaya case, Pawan Kumar Gupta versus State NCT Delhi, skin to skin judgment, Attorney General for India versus Satish, Tata versus Mystery case, Future Coupon and Amazon case, Supreme Court directions on POS Act, Arulino Fernandez versus State of Goa, Kabi Arora versus SCBA formation of opinion under SCBA rules, OBC reservation in NEET exam, and many other landmark judgments. Now may I request Mr. Sukumar Parjoshi, Vice President, SCBA, to kindly give his welcome address.
Good evening, everybody. This is probably for the last time in this executive committee. I am welcoming all of you to any function, and particularly to a farewell function for this year and for during the tenure of this committee, which is coming to an end tomorrow. Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Justice A.S. Bopanna, for whose retirement today we all are gathering. And I wish all of you to acknowledge his presence in the court for the last day today by a warm round of applause. Please give a warm round of applause. Learned Attorney General for India, Mr. R. Venkatramani, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court, the newly elected representatives of the bar, the office bearers. Mr. Sibal is not here, who is the president with a huge margin, very landslide victory he has won. I must congratulate Ms. Rachna Srivastava, who has become the vice president and the leader. Also, not so old and newly elected president and office bearers of SCORA, who are present here, senior advocates, members of the Supreme Court administration, staff of SCBA who are present, who all helped us throughout the year. Today we all have gathered to bid farewell to one of my ideal judge, and for anybody in fact, because I can't think of any adjective which will define an ideal man is not appropriate for him. Sir, you are most erudite. Sir, you are definitely so patient and just to everybody that your smile encourages one to put forth the grievance, and the most human quality of empathy is in abundance in you, sir. I recollect one instance I had brought before your lordships for the fishermen community of Goa, who were otherwise shattered, and your lordship immediately, in fact, intervened, and now they are saved. In fact, the community is thriving so well, and that's all because you touched their hearts, sir, and their lives are saved because of you. So you are a suave gentleman, while in fact all my colleagues will agree, if you dismiss a matter also, sir, with such convincing thing that there is nothing, I would have granted it in 2 minutes, and since there is nothing in the matter, I can't help you. So that's, sir, that's your way of this. Sir, you are in fact, my friends Sanjay Nuli and Shekhar Divas always tell me of you, sir, that how ideal you were in Bangalore High Court. In fact, I have appeared before you there also. And how the kind of farewell you received, sir, from them, that speaks volumes. And today also, sir, most of us feel the same thing. And always since 19th of May to 19, sir, I think 24th of May 19, sir, I still feel it is like yesterday. I met you in Karnataka Bhavan the day you had come, sir. And today we are bidding farewell to you. It's sad that we are doing that, but probably, sir, you will get enough of time to spend the way you want to live. And I think I wish you a very healthy and happy life hereinafter. I wish Madam Mona Bopanna that for being by the side of sir and making him such a powerful, influential man in the judiciary. Sir, I also acknowledge the presence of your father-in-law, Mr. Bhaskar, here, and your brother-in-law who are here. Sir, today also is one of our last occasion here. I must show my gratitude to all the judges. Sir, you have been so kind, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. Always, sir, you have been so kind, so patient to us, and probably you tolerated us for 1 year, sir. Thank you so much. And without any appointment, I used to go and, sir, whether it is eligibility for the senior or anything, in corridors you would pass such directions. Of course, the bar is very happy about that, but we have a personal experience, sir. Sir, all of you, in fact, whenever we have visited your chambers in the capacity of office bearers, always you have been so helpful and receptive to the problems of the bar and immediately gave solutions. My experience with the executive committee, my experience with the executive committee for the last 1 year was wonderful, except for some instances which there is no explanation. The committee was one of the finest. This was my 7th time, sir, I was there in the committee, and this is there is no infighting in the committee at all throughout the year, and this is one of the fine committees who accomplished, because with the help of Justice Chandrachud, to carry out many things, and which are first in this. During this tenure, sir, we are grateful to you for conducting so many programs, and the Prime Minister and President visited our premises on occasions which are of national importance. Sir, the installation of statues earmarking the ethos of judicial practice and the equality, etc., sir, which you, in fact, the Miti Cafe is one of the visionary landmark institution you created for the people who are challenged otherwise. That is, I think, not only symbolic, sir, but that will have a great impact on the lives of those, sir. Now I have got the instructions on my first speech, which was also a farewell speech. Justice Vikramnath had said that if you speak more than 5 minutes, then your all matters will be dismissed. So today, sir, I'll take note of that. So I dare not. Thank you, and have a great vacation. Have a great. I've got the. Sir, it is within 5 minutes. It is within 5 minutes. So all matters. Thank you, and sir, we are grateful to you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now may I request Dr. Adis Agrawala, President SCBA, to kindly deliver his address.
Honorable Dr. Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India, other Honorable Judges of Supreme Court, and former Judge of Supreme Court, Mr. Justice B.N. Agarwal, learned Attorney General for India, Mr. R. Venkataramani, Senior Advocates, Vice President Mr. Sukumar Patjoshi, Honorary Secretary Mr. Rohit Pandey, Treasurer Ms. Yogendra Pawar, Joint Treasurer Mr. Amren Kumar Singh, and other distinguished office bearers and members of Supreme Court Bar Association, and newly elected. We have lost, but we are welcoming the newly elected Vice Chairman, Vice President, and the Rachana Srivastava and Vikrant Yadav, who has been selected as Honorary Secretary, and also newly elected Mr. Vipin Nair, Vice President Mr. Amit Sharma, Honorary Secretary Mr. Nikhil Jain, Joint Secretary Mr. Kutum Shukla, Treasurer Mr. L. Joseph, and Joint Treasurer Mr. Vishal Prasad, and other distinguished office bearers and members of Supreme Court Advocate on Record Association, the family members of Honorable Mr. Justice Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India, officers of Registry of Supreme Court, distinguished brothers and sisters in the legal profession. We have gathered to say goodbye to a distinguished judge who will be demitting office on the 19th of May this year. Justice Bopanna has had a vast judicial career spanning about 18 years, 12 years as a judge of Karnataka High Court and 6 months as Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court and 5 years as judge of Supreme Court of India. These years have seen Justice Bopanna contributing immensely to growth of the law and ensuring that the benefit of law reaches the ordinary person. In cases heard in the court of Justice Bopanna, one can see that the court has come to immediate aid of any person whose rights are under threat from the mighty hands of the state. One of the most resounding principles upholding the constitutional rights of the accused persons came from the pen of Mr. Justice Bopanna when, in the Pankaj Bansal case, he held that under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, an accused has the right to be informed of the grounds of arrest. It is because of this decision that accused persons are able to effectively contest the curtailment of their liberty by the state. Justice Bopanna was also part of benches that decided other constitutionally important issues. In the Sita Soren case, Justice Bopanna and other honorable judges dealt with the question of parliamentary immunity for acts of bribery. The bench overruled the Narasimha Rao judgment of 1998 and held there to be no immunity for taking bribe for voting in the Legislative House. Justice Bopanna has always been soft and mild in his temperament, but he is equally firm and determined in his decisions. He is an ideal judge who decides by an iron hand in a velvet glove. He has been the guardian of rights, and his judgments have supported individual freedoms. My Lord, Mr. Justice Bopanna, we sincerely thank you for your dedication to the cause of justice. Your judgments have empowered the common man and will strengthen the rule of law in the country. The Supreme Court Bar Association wishes you and your family the very best for the future. As this is also the last function of my tenure of presidentship of SCBA, I take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Chief Justice of India and Honorable Judges of Supreme Court for extending their support and encouragement to me at every step of the way. They accommodated us on most of the issues concerning the bar. The Honorable Judges also participated in our functions, including those on the festivals of Holi, Diwali, Christmas, Guru Parv, and Eid. Their presence added grace to our events. We are highly grateful for that. I also take this opportunity to thank Honorable Prime Minister and Union Law Minister for announcing grant of rupees 800 crores to Supreme Court for construction of chambers and cubicles for lawyers and for other items and for assuring us for medical and life insurance. I am ending my tenure with the greatest satisfaction of being able to work to fill the needs of my colleagues. I also welcome the election of Mr. Kapil Sibal, with whom I miserably lost. He is an illustrious lawyer, and because that has become political, two parties one way and the other side, and I was neutral, so I'm under that grip. I hope he will steer the association to newer heights. I had felicitated him last night at his residence and had requested him to join this function and address all of us, but he thought that it will be not appropriate at this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Our esteemed guardian of the bar, Mr. R. Venkatramani, who is always ready to help whenever needed. May I request Mr. R. Venkatramani, Attorney General for India, to kindly deliver his address.
Any farewell function for me makes me sit on the table and
my mind ticks. I mean, what do I say in all good spirit? And that every time a judge takes leave of us, the institution is losing an important limb. And the institution is made up of all the honorable judges who come and go. The Vice President said you're an ideal judge. I think by definition, every judge who comes to Supreme Court is an ideal judge. And I think it's an act of gratitude. It's an act of gratitude that we stand here today and acknowledge the immense sacrifice judges make in their lives for the rest of the community. And what a challenging task it is to gather 15, 20 odd years of their life they have spent tirelessly in pursuit of administration of justice. And to capture all of that in 5 to 10 minutes, I think, is not really doing justice. But then we still try to do that with our utmost sincerity. And it's in that sense of paying our act of gratitude on behalf of the bar, and I'm standing here today for the Honorable Chief Justice and Justice Bopanna and judges of the Supreme Court, and Justice B. N. Agarwal was here today, the outgoing and ingoing members of the Bar Association, and ladies and gentlemen. Mere sweet words to capture the work and contribution of Justice Bopanna will not be sufficient. The Honorable Judge is sweet beyond words. This is a universal reflection of the bar, and as I gather it at the Karnataka High Court, where he spent a good 12 years as a judge, and while he was the Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, and all the 5 years he spent with us in the Supreme Court. I may as well say that the sweet and the amiable disposition of the Honorable Judge has entered into the fine-tuning of the correctness, the heightened level of exposition, and the remarkable grasp of the office of judging. As we often say, the ability to handle and pronounce upon matters of moment and importance, and the cultivation of enduring qualities, even while exposed to the extreme stresses, are features that the bar will always talk about, but also features that go into the quality of justice that can be scanned from the legal reports. Justice Bopanna certainly deserves scores very high in this regard. Many of us in the bar who had shouldered responsibilities as public prosecutor or a standing counsel for the governments do ordinarily pick up certain perspectives and affinities. However, we come across many honorable judges who, though had been in such a position, have demonstrated a remarkable element of free and independent thinking. As I look at some of the pronouncements in which Justice Bopanna has been on bench in the Karnataka High Court, I find a reflection of this feature. It is important that the bar capture these qualities of honorable judges and ever wish to convey our deepest sense of appreciation, and today, such sense of appreciation to Honorable Justice Bopanna. It is undoubtedly the endeavor of our honorable judges to ensure that the practice and procedures of the court are as rendered as flexible as possible, that parties have the fullest opportunity of being heard. This aspect of being heard in the current age of machine and technology, even before the systems are built, was elegantly thought about in an ordinary case where one of the parties residing in USA could participate in the proceedings appearing through Skype, courtesy the permission granted by Justice Bopanna, sitting as a single judge of the Karnataka High Court a long time ago. The 10th schedule of the Constitution has now become a weak and entangled fabric. The high purpose of the enactment of 10th schedule appears to be on the wane. The Karnataka High Court judgment in the case of Sudhagar versus Jeeva Raju, authored by the 3 honorable judges, Justice Shantana Gowda, Justice Abdul Nasir, and Justice Bopanna, is an appealing piece of literature, legal literature, touching upon the sanctity of the election promises and the pledges to the electorate, and connecting the same with the 10th schedule of the Constitution. In administration of criminal justice, drawing fine balances between the need for a fair trial, the rights of the accused, and the interests of the state in ensuring that the high object of social defense and criminal prosecution without let or favor will always remain a challenge, and call for sensitive relation to facts. I find that the view taken by Justice Bopanna, speaking for the Constitution bench in Sukhpal Singh Khaira v. State of Punjab, that a criminal trial will be treated and will continue to be treated as a trial till the sentencing part of the process, and that during the interregnum, any person arraigned as an accused can always be summoned for trial in an instance of drawing that fine balance. You will find a similar sensitive response be much more sensitive when the bench comprising Chief Justice Bobde, Justice Bopanna, and Justice Ramasubramaniam were in unison in finding fault in the acquittal by the High Court in a POSCO Act that the accused had no sexual intent because there was no skin-to-skin contact. I also find the Constitution bench of which Justice Bopanna was a member found it important to issue practice directions to magistrates against routine conversion of Section 138 Negotiable Instruments Act and compliance in a trial by summons. In fact, these less noticed matters add to the quality of administration of justice. All of us know that in matters of taxation, classification, entries, and schedules play an important role. A perceptive mind is alive to these aspects. Interestingly, presiding over a bench, Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, Justice Bopanna asked the question about distinction between the mustard seed and the mustard oil. And in view of the distinction, restrained the hands of a taxation from reaching out to levy on mustard oil, not finding a place in the relevant schedule. I also find an interesting application of the de facto doctrine in the case of Pradeep Kumar Suntalia, where the member of a legislative assembly could cast his vote in a Rajya Sabha election in the morning and became disqualified in the afternoon by reason of a verdict of conviction against him. I was also informed that the direction given by the bench with Justice Bopanna in it in Youth Bar Association of India concerning implementation of pre-litigation mediation under Section 12A of the Commercial Courts Act for setting up a committee of experts has been acted upon, and with the passing of the mediation law, this has gained expedition. Every time when I'm asked to speak on such farewell occasions, I ask myself a question: what I will learn from this honorable judge? Persuasiveness, coupled with firmness and clarity, all grounded in a sweet disposition. Can I be as sweet in my speech and demeanor and gentle but firm in my forensic skills as Justice Bopanna? I am very doubtful. On behalf of the bar, I wish the honorable judge a great life ahead on such engagements as may await his potentials. Before I conclude, let me share with you a poetic piece in Kannada language in honor of the honorable judge. The piece has been written by somebody else, but I tried to read it in my own little way. I had the pleasure of reading it in Kannada, and I pardon for all the errors and the howlers of pronunciation, and notwithstanding the smiles on my adventurous attempt. It reads like this: Kodagine hemmeya Bopanna, Kodagaye nitteru nammanna, Bharada deshada nyayada degula, ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಕಲಿಸಿದ ಜಗದ ಕಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣರು ನೀ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿ, ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಎಂದೆಂದಿಗೂ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ. ನ್ಯಾಯ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ನೀತಿ ನಿರೂಪಣೆ ಇವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹುನಿಪುರನ ಇವರು, ಅಂದು ಎಂದು ಮುಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಅಂದದ ದಾರಿ ದೀಪುವಾಗ ನಾಡಿಗೆ, ದೇಹ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವ ತೊರಗಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ, ದೀರ್ಘಾಯುಷ್ಯ ಬೆಳೆಯುವಳಿ ಜೊತೆಗೆ, ದೇಶವೇ ನೆನವುದು ತುಂಬಿಗ ಮನದಿ, ದೇವರು ಹರಸಲಿ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿ ತನದಿ. I'll just read what exactly it means in a very short translation. It means Justice Bopanna is the pride of Coorg. Our Coorg brother has immensely contributed to the temple of Indian judiciary that has earned respect worldwide. Our justice has contributed to the same and is an inspiration to everybody. He is an humble intellectual, but honest in delivering justice. He has always been a role model for the entire state, for the past, present, and future generations. May you be blessed with good health, and may you grow in longevity. Thanking you for all the sweet memories you have given to all of us.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. In lawyer's corridor, Lordship Bopanna sir, and everybody used to talk about you, कि Bopanna sir is so sweet. Now may I request Honorable Mr. Justice Bopanna to kindly deliver his address.
Thank you. Thank you very much. A very good evening to all of you. Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Chief Justice, sister and brother judges in the Supreme Court, Judge from the High Court of Karnataka, Justice Punacha, Shri R. Venkatramani, Learned Attorney General, Shri Adish Agarwal, President SCBA, Shri Patajoshi, Vice President SCBA, Shri Rohit Pandey, Secretary SCBA, and all the office bearers of SCBA, learned Additional Solicitor Generals present here, learned Senior Counsel, especially I mentioned Justice, Mr. Javli, Justice B.N. Agarwal, former Judge of the Supreme Court, Vipin Nair, President Scora, and all the office bearers, beloved advocates, my family members, Secretary General, Registrars, and the staff of the Supreme Court, my personal staff, my law researchers, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I thank the speakers who spoke very good words about me. As I said in the morning, I really don't know whether I deserve it, but morning I had applied a test, probably even now, I think so. Morning, for those who were not there, I said, when they were saying good words about me, because on occasions like that, normally it is said and you don't know whether you deserve it. But from the corner of my glass, I was just looking at my wife, and she was not surprised that she was in a wrong program or no surprise shown. So in a similar fashion now, I think I acknowledge whatever good you have said about me. It is said, journey of life starts with a full bag of luck and an empty bag of experience. The goal should be to fill the bag of experience before the bag of luck gets empty. I also started with an empty bag of experience in the year 1984 when I was enrolled as an advocate. Then about 21 years of practice, then elevation as a judge to the bench in the Karnataka High Court on 6/1/2006. Then being appointed as the Chief Justice, Guwahati High Court in the year 2018, elevated as a judge to the Supreme Court of India on 24/5/2019. In all the judgeships spanning over 18 years, all this has come to a culmination today. I am satisfied that I have filled my bag of experience, irrespective of the fact whether my bag of luck is empty or not. I cannot even claim this to be a dream come true, because I had not even dreamt of becoming a lawyer, let alone becoming a judge. That is, at the time when I had joined the LLB course, I did not even have an idea as to whether I would continue practicing. But then it has led me here. Being the first generation lawyer, everything was a new experience from the time I started practice, thereafter after I had become a judge. When I started practice, most of my initial appearances were before the Tahsildars, Assistant Commissioners, Deputy Commissioners, who would hold court on land revenue matters, also before the Assistant Labour Commissioner, Rent Controller, Labour Court, Civil Courts, whereafter from the year 1990, I started regularly appearing before the High Court. So I really consider it a real journey from SC to SC, that is small causes to the Supreme Court. With this humble beginning in law profession, to have ended my career as a judge on the bench of the highest court in Court Hall number 5 is highly satisfying. What more can I ask for? I thank the Almighty and all those who are responsible, including my family. Without my family's support, it could not have happened. And there were so many people on the way who have helped me. Probably if I start mentioning and miss out the others, it would be bad. So it is better each one of us know what we have done to each other. When I was elevated as a judge in the year 2006, in my reply to the welcome address in the Chief Justice Court, which is the tradition in Karnataka High Court, I had stated thus, and I quote from what I had said there. Though a lawyer and a judge emerge from the common stock, I am conscious of the contrasting roles as I begin this arduous journey. I am aware of the expectations. The expectation from a judge, as the great philosopher Socrates put it, are four things. 1, to hear courteously. 2, to consider soberly. 3, to answer wisely. And 4, to decide impartially. In my quest to measure up to the said expectations, I had, at the threshold, assessed my own shortcoming rather than my strength, and had worked around the same. To hear courteously, to consider soberly, and to decide impartially are the attributes over which I had control, and I assume that I have passed the litmus test. To answer wisely, I have made the effort to the best of my ability, but I am not sure as to what extent I have succeeded. It is for you, the members of the bar, to have an opinion. On my elevation to the Supreme Court, when I was invited to the Bar Association, my previous stint as a judge was mentioned to indicate about my experience while introducing me to the members. On that occasion, I had in my reply remembered what Sachin Tendulkar had said when he was asked about his century of centuries. He said, when I go in to bat the next time in the next match, I have to again start from zero. And the focus will be on that to build another inning and cannot rest on the laurels of centuries scored. It was a similar experience for me in the Supreme Court, and each day was a new day and a learning experience. The Chief Justice and each one of my colleague judges have been kind to me and guided me on the bench. I am grateful to each one of them, both past and present. I am also thankful to the senior advocates and all the bar members who have always been courteous and helped me in the decision-making process. The bar is ultimately the judge to decide whether the judge has measured up to the 4 attributes stated by Socrates, which I referred earlier. The day of retirement is the occasion to do so. I respect your opinion either way. And in a lighter vein, I may also say this, but whatever you decide, you cannot now say that I am a heartless judge, because I have medical evidence to prove that I have one. On this occasion, please permit me to avail this opportunity to thank the Chief Justice, the judges, the Secretary General, registrars, and the entire staff of the Supreme Court, including my personal staff led by Ms. Usha Rani Bharadwaj, my law researchers. I also thank the members of the bar in the Supreme Court. I also take this opportunity to thank the judges, staff, and members of the bar in Karnataka and Guwahati High Courts. And my special thanks to my family members, without whose support all this could not have happened. I thank each one of you and request you to carry a heart that never hates, carry a smile that never fades, carry a touch that never hurts. And at the time of bidding goodbye, I remember what Oscar Wilde said, some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. Whichever quality to I belong, I must go. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Bopanna, sir, we also know about your difficult time where you suffered with critical health ailments, but still managed to come back and to serve justice to all, and setting an example of willpower and willingness to work for all. बोपन्ना सर, आपकी हिम्मत और विल पावर को मैं सलाम करता हूँ. And one thing more, on 20th May is your birthday. A very happy birthday to you, Lordship, in advance. आपके साथ कुछ लम्हे, कुछ यादें बतौर इनाम मिले. आपके साथ कुछ लम्हे, कुछ कई यादें बतौर इनाम मिले. एक सफ़र पर निकले और तजुर्बे तमाम मिले. Now may I request Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Chief Justice of India, to kindly deliver his address.
Brother Justice Bopanna, the members of his family, Ms. Mona Bopanna, his children who are here, and everyone else in the family, brother and sister judges of the Supreme Court, Mr. R. Venkatramani, then the Attorney General for India, Mr. Tushar Mehta, Solicitor General, Mr. Adish Agarwala, Mr. Rohit Pandey, Mr. Patijoshi, Ms. Rachna Srivastav, the newly elected Vice President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, office bearers and members of the SCBA, ladies and gentlemen. Normally when Brother Justice Bopanna would circulate a judgment, I would always return his judgment saying, I respectfully agree, and as is my customary practice, put a smiley face and say with warm regards. But today, Justice Bopanna, I have to add some reasons of my own. I add reasons of my own in support of the proposition, if this were a college debating union, in support of the proposition that Brother Bopanna, you have not only been a distinguished judge of our court, you're a great human being, and truly a worthy friend. Before I begin my address, I wish to thank Mr. Adish Agarwala, Mr. Rohit Pandey, and the outgoing committee of the Supreme Court Bar Association for the cooperation which you extended to not only me, but to the whole institution, and of course, Mr. Patijoshi over the last year. The omission was not intentional, Patijoshi. All of you have interacted with me collectively, individually, and I found all those interactions to be extremely constructive. Though we discussed issues of concern to the bar, sometimes issues of the heat of the moment, the one thing which stood out was that we spoke to each other in a spirit of great candor, friendship, and as a result of which we have been able to achieve so many things together. This is not an occasion to recount all those things that we have done, but I wish all of you individually a very satisfying future. I would also like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the newly elected members of the Supreme Court Bar Association and the Executive Committee. The President-elect, Mr. Kapil Sibal, and the Vice President, Ms. Rachna Srivastav, are both distinguished senior advocates and highly respected members of the Supreme Court Bar. I'm confident that they will uphold the tradition of the Supreme Court Bar Association of advocating for lawyers with honesty, integrity, and non-partisanship. On behalf of the bench, I'm optimistic about collaborating with the association to find innovative solutions while upholding the dignity of our institution and staying true to our primary loyalty to our Constitution. What better occasion to reiterate this commitment than today, as we honor the legacy of Justice Bopanna, a judge whose 5-year-long tenure has symbolized integrity and an unwavering dedication to the rule of law. Justice Bopanna has truly been a judge of the bar, of the people. And I thought that before I begin speaking about him briefly this evening, I must use this occasion to tell the bar that we have taken a decision which I am sure will do credit to Justice Bopanna being truly a lawyer's and people's judge. We have decided today that the attempt during 2021, the COVID year, for the Advocates on Record examination shall not be treated as an attempt, so that lawyers who would have lost the ability to appear again for the Advocates on Record examination would be eligible to do so now, COVID being, after all, a COVID year. Brother Bopanna hails from Kodagu, the erstwhile Coorg, and is the first judge from the region to be elevated to the Supreme Court. He belongs to the Kodava community, which has traditionally been a community with strong ties to their land and to the martial tradition. The Kodavas have served the country as soldiers, generals, and members of the armed forces, including the indomitable Field Marshal K.M. Kariyappa. While Justice Bopanna may not have adopted the route of joining the armed forces in the literal sense, he has always reflected the ideals of a warrior and is a steadfast soldier of justice. On this occasion, it would be appropriate for me to say a few lines in Kodava Thak, Brother Bopanna's mother tongue, and a language that UNESCO has classified as an endangered language. If the learned Attorney General tried his hand at it, I thought I shouldn't be left far behind. So I'll say a few words, and Brother Bopanna, Ma'am Mona, please forgive me for my foibles. Kavere Mmara, Manninal, Puttibanda Kunni Ninga, Kodavada, Kelina, Kona Dabindara, Delhi Kattane, Kodavagat, Veera Paramparayena, Deshak Katira, Nyayanga, Vyavasthela, Ninga Nigadadde, Ana Motana, Buttitu, Poenadi, Ullira, Ninga Madane, Seve, Bharatarata, Nyayanga, Vyavasthela, Ekaneka, Shasvatayappa. To translate this for you, what it means is, Brother Bopanna, you were born in the land of Kaveri Amma, the river Kaveri. You have brought the culture of Kodagu to Delhi. In everything that you have done, you have reflected the brave Kodava culture and tradition. The service you have rendered has been etched in our memories and will always be remembered by the Indian judiciary. While Justice Bopanna began his schooling in Coorg, he completed his education in different parts of Karnataka. During his days at St. Philomena's in Puttur, where he completed his pre-university course and BSc degree, he was the captain of the college cricket team and a member of the college hockey team. His love for cricket continues to this date, and he can often be found discussing the finer points of the game and following the sport enthusiastically. He was also elected the General Secretary of the College Students' Union. It is evident that these formative experiences from his youth have shaped his personality as a judge. In many ways, Brother Bopanna continues to symbolize the captain cool of a cricket team, even when he presides over his court. I do not know who Brother Bopanna's favorite cricketer is, and I should tread carefully while describing someone who is a cricket enthusiast himself. However, in my view, Justice Bopanna is akin to Rahul Dravid, our own Mr. Dependable of the Supreme Court. In my interactions with him, both on the bench and outside, I have been awestruck at his ability to maintain a balance between objectivity and empathy. His demeanor, soft-spoken and compassionate nature create an atmosphere where everyone, be it lawyers, litigants, or even his fellow judges, feel heard and valued. Brother Bopanna's court has also been a space where several young lawyers have been given opportunities to argue and hone their skills. For this, both the bar and the bench will be forever grateful. Justice Bopanna began his illustrious career as a lawyer in 1984 and practiced across disciplines, be it civil, constitutional, company, service or labor, or revenue matters. Significantly, his practice was not restricted to the High Court, but he also practiced before the civil and labor courts. This experience before the district courts is evident in his judicial work, which demonstrates a deep understanding of how the wheels of the court system turn. He adeptly navigates the complexities of cases that have traveled from district courts to the Supreme Court over decades and understands the litigants' realities. Over the last 5 years, he has authored over 90 judgments in areas such as service, property, land acquisition, and civil law, all of which require a deep grasp not only of legal intricacies but also practical application. Perhaps it is this ground-level grasp of judicial realities and the pendency of our courts that underpins Justice Bopanna's reputation for punctuality and diligence. He was well known in the Karnataka High Court for being a judge who seldom took any leave. Recently, Brother Bopanna had to take a short break to recover from a medical procedure. Throughout his break, while he was physically away from the court, he continued to have his heart and mind in his chamber back in Delhi, coordinating with his staff, law clerks, and other members of his team. When he returned from his medical break, he was eager to dive back into his heavy workload and restart work at the earliest. That Justice Bopanna is punctual to the T is a legendary trait that his family and chamber consistently speak about. Many of them quip that they have to reset their clocks by a few minutes every day to match his schedule and punctuality. When I would call up Justice Bopanna during the course of his recuperation to ask him how he was doing, he would never answer that question before saying, "But Chief, that Constitution bench judgment is pending. Should I come to Delhi even in between and deliver that bench judgment with you?" So diligent is Justice Bopanna. Justice Bopanna has been a member of the bench since 2006, when he was appointed as a judge of the Karnataka High Court. He was appointed as Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court in 2018, before being elevated to the Supreme Court in 2019. His reputation preceded him, and when he came to this court, he had already acquired a formidable reputation of being a conscientious and compassionate judge, dedicated every bit to the law. Throughout his career as a judge, spanning about 18 years, he has never been averse to new ideas or new technologies. In 2017, well ahead of the curve on virtual proceedings, Justice Bopanna, presiding as a single judge in the Karnataka High Court, allowed a petitioner residing abroad to participate in family court proceedings via platforms like Skype. And the case is a reported judgment called Rahul Chandra versus Janvi, 2017 SCC Online Karnataka, 1700. As our courts underwent a digital transformation, embracing hybrid hearings and digital files, Justice Bopanna remained proactive in his efforts to learn and adapt. The digital revolution of our courts does not depend merely on those who are already adept at using technology, but more impartially and importantly, judges like Justice Bopanna, who are always willing to learn with an open mind. While Brother Bopanna and I shared a bench from 2021 to 2022, we collaborated on judgments that dealt with several interesting points of law and issues of public importance. We were part of the bench that upheld the constitutionality of the reservation of OBC candidates for postgraduate and undergraduate medical and dental courses in Neil Aurelio Nunes versus Union of India. We observed that while an open competitive examination may ensure formal equality, widespread inequalities in access to education results in the deprivation of certain classes who would be unable to fairly compete. Our bench also had the opportunity to provide doctrinal clarity on under-inclusive and over-inclusive classifications under Article 14 of the Constitution in State of Tamil Nadu versus National South Indian River Interlinking Agriculturist Association. Justice Bopanna was a colleague who not only had a solid grip on the law, but was also incredibly collaborative and collegial. He has also been an integral part of several constitution benches of the court, which have adjudicated issues ranging from the scope of parliamentary privileges in Sita Soren to the extent of free speech and expression in Kaushal Kishore versus Union of India, and the interpretation of the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. It is often said that retirement from the bench can be a wonderful experience if you have two essential traits: much to live on and much to live for. Brother Bopanna, I am certain that you have both of these essentials in abundance: much to live on and much to live for. Your career, marked by integrity and an authentic sense of justice, has earned you respect and admiration from the bar and bench alike. This reputation and goodwill not only give you much to live on, but also serve as an enduring legacy of your contributions to our institutions. You are blessed with a loving partner, children, and a supportive family who have stood by you through all the highs and lows. I'm certain that their unwavering love and support will continue to be a source of strength and joy for you. Your passions, such as your love for nature, your love for good food, and cricket, will enrich the time to come, providing you with the opportunities to pursue the activities you enjoy the most. I can share a secret with the members of the bar and my own colleagues that a few months ago, perhaps at a wrong time when he was just recuperating, I had offered Justice Bopanna his choice of tribunals which he could head post-retirement. And then Justice Bopanna gave me that usual chuckle of his for which he's so famously known in the court, and said, "Thank you, but give me liberty to be free of such afflictions." Brother Bopanna, as you enter this new chapter, Brother Bopanna, I wish you the best of health and happiness. Thank you, Justice Bopanna. It has been an honor to serve this institution with you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir, for your words have always guided us, and your doors were always. I'll give you. Please, a standing ovation. Thank you, sir, for your words have always guided us, and your doors were always open for the members of the bar, and whenever members of the executive committee and other lawyers have approached you, and you have been cooperative and guided them accordingly, and we will be always thankful for your gesture towards the bar. May I request Ms. Yugandhara Pawar Jha, Treasurer SCBA, to read out the message given by Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna.
The message. The bench and the bar are often referred to as two wheels of a chariot. For the chariot to move smoothly, both the wheels should move in coordination for it to be fruitful and result-oriented in justice delivery. The members of the Supreme Court Bar Association have always been up to the mark. My tenure in the Supreme Court has been made memorable due to the cooperation, courtesy, and affection shown by the members of the bar. The assistance provided in the court in deciding the cases has given me further satisfaction in discharging my duties in the court. I wish all the members of the bar further success in the profession and expect that the same tempo would be maintained in the future as well. Quote, "We are what our thoughts have made us, so take care of what you think. Words are secondary, thoughts live, they travel far." Unquote, Swami Vivekanand. It is time to bid goodbye, and I thank all the members once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Yugandhara. On behalf of Mr. R. Venkat Ramani, to present a memento to Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna. May I request Mr. Arjit Prasad, Mr. Jain Bhushan, Mr. Ranjit Thomas, Mr. Dinesh Goswami, Mr. Narendra Hooda, Mr. Wasim Kadri to present a memento on behalf of the bar to Honorable Mr. Justice S. Bopanna. Please come on the stage. Today, our executive committee farewell also. As I conclude my tenure as the Secretary of Supreme Court Bar Association on behalf of SCBA, I am grateful for the opportunity to serve the bar. I deeply respect and appreciate the Honorable Chief Justice of India and all the Honorable judges whose commitment to justice has inspired our legal fraternity. Our intentions have always been rooted in the earnest desire to serve our bar to the best of our abilities. I extend my sincere gratitude to Sri Atul Kurherkar, the Secretary General, along with Mahesh Patankar, Sri Pavnesh D., Sri Puneet Sehgal, Sri Rakesh Kumar, Sri H.S. Jaggi, other esteemed registrars of Supreme Court of India. Also, it is pertinent to appreciate Mr. Ajit Mamgan and Mr. Khairatilal Sharma, Sanjeev Jha, Babu Lal, Dheeraj Chandra, and other staff members of SCBA for swiftly managing the work of Supreme Court Bar Association. May I request Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Honorable the Chief Justice of India, to felicitate our head of the SCBA staff, Mr. Ajit Mamgan and Mr. Khairatilal Sharma, who have tirelessly dedicated themselves for the members of the bar. Please. And please come on the stage all for group photographs. Thank you so much for coming, seniors and members of the bar. Kindly join us for high tea. Mukesh.
नीचे गाड़ी में रख